Welcome back, Dawson's Automotive. You guessed it, another project. Let's get into it. All right, so as you can see, we got a sweet 86 Nissan 720 four-wheel drive. Yeah, brings me right back to my childhood. So, first thing, August 11th, beautiful out this morning. It's like 60 degrees. That's why I'm in a jacket. Can't believe I'm in a jacket in August in Iowa. Something to note. Anyhow, I don't know what's happened. Last week, weather's just been gorgeous. Had a little dip. It's been nice. Normally it's like 95. Just died standing there, you know. Anyhow, but back to the main focus here. Squirrel. I still have one of these in a two-wheel drive. My grandpa had one all growing up my whole life, basically. He drove back and forth to work. This was just a commuter truck for him. He had fixed up. He had it painted up red. It was a good truck. I'll see if I can't get some pictures of it. It's still, unfortunately, a project. Like I say, when I was 14, we tore it apart and started working on it. It was rusty and it had 400,000 miles on it from my grandpa driving it. So he gave it to me and we worked on it through high school. I ended up having the next body style, an 89, a hard body. Basically the same truck, underpowered, gutless, you know, still cool, but I like this body style so much better. And you know, I drove that through high school, loved it, just never was able to get my other truck done. It's much worse than this one. These rockers, cab corners, floors. It was a lot bigger work. Everything pretty well needed rebuilt, still does. So eventually we'll get into that one. I'll show it to you guys. But right now we're on this one. I'm kind of reliving my dream. This one, anyhow, Cherry, Southern Kansas truck. It was on Marketplace, messaged a feller and asked him what the deal was. The ad was kind of brief. It just basically said that it overheated and he was kind of tired of messing with it. And so he says, yeah, you know, I didn't want to go down the side-by-side route. Picked this thing up. It was cheap. Put a bunch of work into it. Just kind of tired of putting work into it. Finally went the side-by-side route and, you know, he didn't really need it. But, anyhow, I told him, I said, well, you know, it looks really clean. He said, yeah, it's not rusty at all. I said, well, heck, how's the wheel wells? They're solid. You know, he says, there's no rust. It's really solid. I said, well, what about the rockers and the cab corners? I said, that's probably my biggest concern, that and the floorboards. And this one's got a little whiskey dent in her, or, you know, something, a little rub in her, but whatever. Not rusty though. He says, yeah, no, it's got some bumps and bruises on it, but it's not rusty. The paint's kind of flaking, you know, whatever. And he says, but it's in pretty good shape. And I said, well, I tell you what, if it's that clean and you want $2,000 for it, I said, I'll take it. Runs. He says, well, yeah, but it overheats and I don't know. And I said, well, I don't really care about the mechanical side of it. If it's that clean, I'll take it. I said, I just don't know how soon I can get down there to get it. It's the only thing. And he says, well, if you're interested in it and you got cash, he says, I got nothing going on today. I could just bring it up. I said, well, maybe you might want to look at the map. I'm a couple hours from you. I don't care. I got nothing else to do. If you got cash, I'll come up there. Okay, I said, you know, whatever. It's a Marketplace deal. I never thought he'd show up. He shows up. This thing is sweet. I love it. Can't complain. So yeah, $2,000. He delivered it. I mean, I don't know how I got that kind of deal. He delivered it. How does that even work? I can't get people to deliver stuff from town out here, and I'm only 3 miles from town. Like, I don't know. It worked. Anyhow, bringing back my old childhood dreams and memories and all that good stuff. Kind of went down, looked at my other one. I'll have to show you guys sometime, but I was going to swap on the old bumpers. I've had this truck, this truck here, the four-wheel drive, for a couple months probably. So I've been collecting parts, and I went down. I've still got all my parts to my other one. I roll panned it, so I was going to swap on the rear bumpers. Told you that one's been off the road for a while. I was going to swap on the rear bumpers because this one's got the old twisty-wisty in her, and I think I can just put the old jack on her, and you know, it's just going to be good enough for what we're working with. Because I plan on driving it. So I think I can straighten that out and it'll be just fine. Maybe swap out the lens because we got one. And that'll be just fine. It's not going to be, you know, I mean, maybe when we paint it and stuff, maybe we'll do some swapping and stuff. But for right now, good enough. Front bumper, same story. It's got a little bit of, this is the original front bumper off of mine. It's got a little tweak in it here. I plan on roll painting mine on the front, and regardless, my other one's going to be much higher caliber. So we would want a nicer one. That's what I'm saying. So, and this one here is painted. So this one might work for mine. This one's been up, but we can cut it up, modify it if we wanted to run a front bumper, but we'll probably end up doing something different on my other one. So we'll probably throw that chrome front bumper on here. Anyways, today, we're getting into the wheels. That's why I pulled her up here. Let's get the wheels on her. And I wanted to bring you guys along for the ride. So I immediately, after I bought it, got right back on Marketplace. 6-lug 15-inch 10 wide wheels are hard to find. 6-lug. Ended up finding these after being patient. 180 bucks. And yeah, that was a pretty good deal. Happy about that. Got some lug nuts. So plan on just swapping those babies right on. Kind of balloon out them tires a little bit. I love that look personally. Get the rest of this stuff out of here, and my plan is to just drive it because it's just been sitting here, and I've messed around with it here around, you know, just driving around, whatever. It's never gotten hot. It does smoke, but I think it's more oil related than coolant related. It's got miles on it. That's okay. So I plan on just driving it and figuring out exactly what we got going on, because as of right now, other than maybe a little oil consumption, I don't see an issue. And if that's our biggest issue, she's going to get some miles put on her before we worry about that issue. So, because I don't think that's really too much of an issue. He was talking like it was overheating. I've let this thing idle and idle and idle. Never overheated. So, I don't know. I think we're going to get her together, get her looking cool, cleaned up, put her on the road. But I figured it's cool. And I know I'm not the only one that enjoys a spotty style. And they are just maybe in the south, you know, west or whatever, or even in the south, they're easy to find. But I know in the Rust Belt, these are needle in a haystack kind of deal, especially this clean. So whatever, let's get into it. I'm having fun. All right, what do you think? I love them. They look great, I think. Got to do a little messing around with the lug nuts. They had some washers on there, and I had to oval out the holes just a little bit, make them just a little bit bigger. I've looked around online everywhere. I can't find a small enough shank lug nut to fit in there. I don't know what they used back in the day, but just barely had to drill it out one size bigger to get those in there. So got, of course, I only had 20, so got to order another pack to get 24. Whatever. It looks sweet though. Maybe gonna have to raise it a little bit, but yeah. And I got excited earlier and didn't tell you guys about the engine. Come with a free engine too. That was part of the deal. So don't know if it's any good or not, but pretty hard to kill these things, so I'm sure it's good. That came in with the deal. Tires are in amazing shape, so I don't know. I like it. Let's move on to something else. All right, well, I got the inside, big stuff cleaned up. Obviously still needs more cleaning. But I think we're ready to run her to town. Got the motor out, got that stuff cleaned up, knocked all the, you know, I have like 30 stickers on there. Got all them off there, so I think we're ready to go run her to town. It's basically out of gas, is what the gas gauge says, so we're only a couple miles, but could be a fun couple miles. So let's see, run her to town, get some fuel, wash her up, clean her up a little bit, see what happens. Yep, made it there and back. Got a full tank of gas, and we ran through the car wash. Not a perfect job. I forgot to pop the hood and do under here. So this looks like heck. Never really showed you guys any of this anyways. Someone's already deleted the EGR, smog, all that kind of good stuff. Threw a header on it. I even think maybe they... I'll have to pop that cleaner off, but I think maybe they did something to the carburetor too. Maybe even upgraded that. Whatever. Runs pretty decent. Maybe just adjust the idle. Could use a little bit of playing with maybe. And she's a smoker. Let me tell you, she's probably going to consume some oil. But overheating wise, heck, we cruised all around, let it run. This thing's not boiling. It's not hot. It's not that hot. So I don't think it's a overheating head gasket issue. I think it's more of a maybe valve stem seals, maybe rings. She's a smoker. So anyways, we'll do a quick walk around. Cleaned up pretty good. Got quite a few rub marks on it, but overall really darn happy with it. It is not rusty at all. I think it could use another good cleaning, but you know, it was good enough. Just kind of got her cleaned out, run through there real quick. Still need to do a little twisting on that bumper and swap out the front bumper. Really enjoy the wheels though. Man, they turned out good. Waiting on a couple more lug nuts yet. They really stick out nice. I like that. Tires really balloon out nice. Again, I like that. Sounded like they rubbed just a pinch when we turn on an incline, so might have to crank up on the old torsion bars and maybe throw like a 1 inch or a 2 inch in the back, you know, lift her up just a little bit all the way around, just to avoid that. But I'll start old little Smokey up for you. I think that might be her nickname if we keep her like this. I don't know. Do we fix it? Do we not? Who knows? We got a million switches. Got the heater, we got the aftermarket lights, and we got a fuel pump. So whatever. Oh yeah, had me scared there for a second. She started though. But anyhow, ain't really smoking now. Little cloud. Let her run for just a second. She'll cloud up on us. I know getting gas, I had the question, you getting oil or you getting gas? Yeah, I know. There she goes. She's coming in now. Oh yeah. So, yeah, a little Smoky. I think that might be her new nickname. Like I say, she runs like a top. Really cleaned up nice. I don't know, maybe we could just pull the head off and maybe do stem seals or something. I don't know. We'll look into it. Clutch is kind of weak, so I don't know. Maybe we'll just look into that other motor and build that thing up and clean it up, overhaul it, throw a new clutch in, just kind of stab it all in at once. Oh, I guess though, it's probably going to be it for today. Probably mess with that bumper and some of this other stuff another time. Honestly, today, this is just a screw around Sunday for me. So thanks for coming along, wasting my Sunday. And thanks for whatever day you guys got. Thanks for wasting your time watching me. So like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Throw in a comment. What would you guys do? Would you guys rebuild on that one? Would you fix this one? Would you even worry about the smoking? I don't know. For now, probably just going to drive it. It's got some gas in it. Don't think the overheating issue is a problem, so keep driving until we got a problem. Until next time, thanks y'all. See ya.